Hey everybody, it's me, Nobody. The Sixers season has ended, um, and I said previously I didn't have a problem um, if the Sixers lost, if they left it all on the floor. Um, the inexperience showed today. It wasn't just an experience; it's a lack of seriousness. It's a lack of understanding where you're at in the moment. Um, it was heartbreaking. Um, for the life of me, I couldn't understand how Brett Brown did not call timeouts, especially when they had three possessions where the 24-second clock just ran out. Like you should have called timeout after the first one to make sure that it didn't happen two more times like it did. Brett Brown, did not demand that Embiid go down in the post. Whether he's tired or not, who cares? He could have been a decoy. Um, I'm praying that changes. I'm praying that they get rid of Brett Brown. Um, it's not that I dislike Brett Brown. I just don't think he's not a good coach. He's not a good head coach. He's just not. Sixers. There's a lot of coaches out there that will check these players and demand what needs to be demanded of these players. Brett Brown is just not that coach. Um, I don't think Jimmy Butler is coming back. Um, I don't think Jimmy Butler is fond of Brett Brown. I don't think Jimmy Butler is fond of Ben Simmons. Like I said, Jimmy Butler is a killer. He's a rough rider. He has a certain mentality, and it's not being brought to the table. Tobias Harris, he's a role player. You know, he's the most trickiest because he's looking for a max contract. Um, Tobias Harris is just a role player at best, but he's a good player. You know, he's positive, and the thing I like about Tobias Harris is he's smart. He's a smart player. He makes his mistakes here and there, but overall he's smart. Ben Simmons, no excuse, none, none. I would appreciate if he went in this off season and came back um, a whole different person. I happen to believe that he just won't. He's just that's not him. He feels like he can get by. He's been given a pass, and he's going to ride that pass. Embiid the same. Um, Embiid is not a smart player. His basketball IQ is just not high, and Embiid really doesn't care about that. Embiid thinks that his talent will get him by. Um, and there's no way Embiid should have been putting the ball on the floor. For one, he knows he's clumsy. He knows he fumbles the ball, and he knows that he's always getting stripped. But yet he's so adamant about putting the ball on the floor, and he turns it over. You know, and then he's taking jumpers. That's not. Listen, even if you were tired, you could have been a decoy down there in the middle. You know, they jump on you, you pass it out. See, Embiid hasn't learned that Embiid's not a good passer when he gets double teamed and in trouble. He's just not a smart player. Um, and we as Sixers fans, we're relying too much on Embiid. Embiid doesn't have a high basketball IQ, and that's his downfall. JJ Redick can get out of here. You know, um, uh, TJ McConnell needs a more prevalent role off the bench. I don't. Brett Brown is just sad, but I don't know why he didn't put a TJ in. I really don't. You know, despite what everybody says, TJ, you know, what, yeah, put TJ in. You know, everything but the kitchen sink. And Brett Brown didn't see that the whole kitchen sink needed to be thrown into the equation. And so, um, Sixers lost 92-90. Um, don't have much hope next year. Like I said, Ben Simmons is the key. It all depends how he comes back next year. He can't come back the way he came back this year or this season. Uh, you know, people need to stop. You know, there needs to be a law to stop people from building him up, whereas though he hasn't even earned the right to be built up the way they're building him up. But it is what it is. Me as being a man, me as being a man of a father of a son. I'm not babying and coddling these players. They need to be kicked in their ass, you know, because they could have given more if they would have just been a student of the game. And it's simple as that. So this is my last posting on the Sixers. They played a good game. Did they leave it all on the floor? They gave it their best. And that's all you can ask for. It could have been much better. So I'm signing out. All Sixers fans.